Syria! Hands off 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 Syria!
Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Syria will be one! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria!
Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Totally. Like green cake. Oh, look at this puppy! It's the other cute! Syria is one! Peace for Syria! 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 Peace for Syria!
Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands Syria! Please for Syria! Hands off 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 Syria!
You think this corner's better? Or?
Oh, you want to stay here? Let us stay out of Syria! 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 Out of Syria! Out of Syria! Out of Syria!
That we all come together here again. But we can go at the end together over to the gazebo park where there's a little shelter and just discuss how to go ahead. ECOWAR is suggesting that the first night of any attack that we all come to Churchill Square. So we need to spread the word to everybody that if the minute an attack takes place, that we get everyone down to Churchill Square 7 o'clock in the evening for a rally. So that if we can spread that word to everybody and make sure before we leave that we all have contact with each other. Now I just want to say a few words and then I'm sure some of you would like to speak. So they, you know, just if you want to come forward, whoever wants to speak. So Canadians again, the whole world is being bombarded with the same lies and disinformation which we saw in Iraq, which we've seen in Afghanistan, wherever the Americans and the European powers want to organize their regime change, want to impose the regime that will do their bidding on the people there, then the same lies. They have changed their tactics a certain amount, as you all know, since the war in Iraq, where they have trying to convince the people that the so-called rebel forces represent the people of Syria and cover up the fact that this is a foreign force organized by Israel, by U.S. imperialism, by the European powers, by everyone, to deny the Syrian people the right to settle their own affairs. We in ECOWAR take the stand that the United Nations cannot authorize a war against Syria. Of course, it's illegal, immoral, and unjust for the Americans. But we take the stand that it's illegal, immoral, unjust, and against the UN Charter, because the people of the world, have decided from the time of the Second World War that the way to have peace is to stop aggression and to make aggression and foreign intervention the supreme crime. So there is no justification for intervention in Syria, and the idea that this is a humanitarian intervention is a hoax. It's a lie, and it's a cover for the real intentions of regime change and imposing their will on the Middle East. So we say that the people of Syria are the only ones who can settle their affairs, and in fact it's foreign interference which is the problem, not the solution.
Yes.
Yes.
Hands off Syria!
Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria! Hands off Syria!
Hands off Syria!
Hands off Syria!
And I know what the Syrian country is about. Syria has free schooling from grade 1 to the last grade in the university. Anybody can get 2 degrees, 3 degrees free of charge. Food is very limited. There is no food that's expensive in Syria. Medicine is very cheap. The best specialist in Syria charges maybe $2. What are they talking about democracy? Where is the democracy they're talking about? This is democracy. Syria is democracy.
One. Syria is one. One. Syria is one. One. Syria is one. One. Syria is one. One.